Peace. Welcome back. My name is Keisha, and this is Keisha Tarot. You can also find me on YouTube at Keisha Tarot, Keshatarot. It's been a couple days, y'all, maybe a week. I apologize. Things have been busy. You know, life comes at you fast, but I'm here, and I'm so happy to see you all. Today, we're going to finish our series, and I'm going to start to double up on this so that we can get through this more quickly, because tomorrow's April. Okay, this is the last day of March. Tomorrow's April. We're still in Aries season, but I would like to go on to the next series. Okay, I have so many different fun and exciting what do I want to say, mediums that I like to use to I don't know, to interpret the, the narratives and the downloads. That's a bit ambiguous, but I'm having a loss for terminology right now, so bear with me. But today we're on Libra, aren't we? Yeah, we're on Libra because I just did Virgo. So we're on Libra, and let's just get started. Mother, Father, Son, Moon, Ancestors, Spirit, Guides, Ascended Masters, Divine Angels, Universe, Frequency, and Good Vibes. Show me the cards that I need to see to give a clear and concise message to my Libra tribe. Return to sender any negative energy sent towards me. Send it back to them a trillion-fold. Also, protect me from any seen and unseen negative or evil forces which may wish to deter or, affect the message in a negative way. Ashe, abracadabra, amen. So mote it be. Okay? So we're going to start with our baseline and just see how you guys are doing, Libra. Let me find that deck here. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. And we'll see what's going on with you. How are you doing? I hope you're well, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, financially, and otherwise. Okay? Hope your friends and family are well. Hope your pets are well. Hope your employment is well. Okay? And you're accomplishing all the things that you wish to. Okay? So we're going to get a baseline for you right now and see what's going on with you. Okay. Tomorrow's April Fool's. So be on the lookout for folks that will be joking with you. I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers on and Yeetus, and he is in Great Britain, so it's already April 1st, and Yeetus, and he said that Sean P. Diddy Combs was suing him because he's I guess a gossip YouTuber. So he told all of his followers that he was being sued by Diddy. And it was so funny. Like, he really got me. I believed it. And then he was like, after about 5 minutes in, he was like, I'm just kidding, guys. Diddy didn't sue me. But that was really funny, I thought. So be careful tomorrow, because people are they're gonna try you tomorrow for the first. Okay. All right. So let's see what's going on with Libra. Ooh, Lord. Okay. All right. You got 2 cards out, but are you flustered? Do you have a lot that you want to say, Libra? You have 2 cards out so far, and we're gonna get 1 more. Okay. Give me a card for Libra, Spirit. What's going on with Libra? How are my Libras doing right now? All right, that's your one. All right. Libra. Yikes. There's some heavy energy. Okay? There's some heavy energy. Okay, the first card out you have is shame. Next card is disappointment. Next card is sadness. Last card is helplessness. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Okay. Okay, let's read shame. Shame stems from judgments of yourself or others making you feel unworthy or insufficient. When you feel shame, remind yourself that you are a complete and unique individual. True growth comes from accepting all parts of yourself and healing with love. Shame. Okay. Then we have disappointment. Disappointment is a reaction to unmet expectations, causing feelings of heartbreak or frustration. It reminds you to adjust the relationship between expectations and reality. Accept that sometimes things don't go as planned, but it doesn't mean failure. It's a valuable learning opportunity. Okay? Disappointment. Sadness. Sadness is an inner healing process that helps you process loss and pain. When you feel sadness, give yourself time and space, as it is the source of strength to start anew. Okay? And underneath the deck, you got hopelessness. Okay? Okay, not hopelessness. Helplessness. Helplessness. Okay? Helplessness is the feeling of losing control over your circumstances, making you feel like you cannot change the situation. Helplessness reminds you not to give up, even in the darkest moments, as a turning point might be hidden within. Okay, so first of all, I'm really sad to hear, whoever's resonating with this message, I'm sorry that you're in this space, in this funk right now. Sounds like you're in a low space, and I hope that, you have someone that you can communicate with to tell your feelings to. I hope that you are practicing some form of self-help, self-care, whether it's going to the gym, taking a walk, doing your favorite online game or crossword puzzle, grounding, spiritual bath, something, whatever it is for you, right? I hope you're doing something to combat the energy that you're in, okay? And if you're going through, keep going, okay? Keep going until you get to the other side. And let's see if we can get a bit of understanding on what's going on with you, okay? Let me see what cards I want to use here. This is so particularly dark that I think I want to balance it. I feel like duality is in order. So I'm going to balance the dark energy of these cards with this deck. I'm going to do the sun deck, okay? Because we need some equilibrium in this situation. So let's see if we can make sense of this. Okay? Let's see. This is the sun deck. All right, let's get a card for shame. What is this about? What is this about? I don't know what any of this is related to. What is this all about? Okay. Okay. For shame, you pulled quarrel. Okay. That's two people at odds fighting. See that? Person versus person. Okay. Quarrel. Are you arguing with someone? Is that what's going on? Underneath the deck is manipulation. Are you arguing with someone that is attempting to manipulate you, or are you attempting to manipulate someone? okay, switch, reverse the roles as you deem fit, okay? Because this could be a message about a, a low vibrating Libra, okay? I hope not, but it could be, okay? Because in all zodiac signs, you're either operating in a high frequency or a low frequency, okay? So because I'm not sure whose energy I'm pulling in, okay, I am going to ask that you flip and switch the roles as you deem fit, okay? So in this case, it's either you or the person that, you're here for. So somebody was quarreling, someone was attempting to manipulate someone, and someone has shame because of it, okay? Let's see if we can get something else on this. Another card for quarrel and shame. What is this about? What is this about? Okay. Eccentricity. See that word? Like eccentric, eccentricity, okay? And we have a 11 at the top of that. Okay, underneath the deck, submission. Okay, so what I get from this is that you or someone is ashamed because of an argument or some sort of quarrel or disagreement that you had with someone else, and manipulation was used, and the person that you had that quarrel with is eccentric, okay? That means they're different, they're quirky, right? Okay, and it looks like maybe you or someone was attempting to make someone submit, because you see here there's a bird in a cage, but the door is open, okay? No offense, but I never really liked the idea of keeping birds. You know, some people, they have birds as pets. I think birds are meant to be free. They're meant to fly. So that's just me. I never liked the idea of it. But you can see here that the cage, the door is open so that the bird can leave. But the bird's back is to the cage. So someone was attempting to make someone submit and stay in and box them in and keep them in a box, okay? And the person that they were trying to keep in a box is eccentric. They're different, they're quirky, okay? So likely a person not meant to be kept in a box. Likely a person that's not going to follow, I keep hearing this creaking noise. Likely a person that's not going to follow, the societal norm, okay? They don't follow societal norms, okay? Someone attempted to make someone submit that was eccentric. It caused a argument, and this submission was attempted via manipulation, okay? And they wanted someone to submit to their authority, okay? I don't think that went the way, I don't think that it went the way they thought it was going to go, okay? Disappointment, okay? Decision came out for that. So someone, and then underneath the deck you have revenge. So somebody decided to get revenge because they were disappointed. So they were disappointed because the person didn't submit. Okay, interesting. All right, let's get another card for decision. Okay, and also you see here on the decision card, you see a chessboard, which leans to that manipulation that was spoken about earlier. Okay, all right. Speculation, okay? So people were talking about it, okay? People were talking about, this drama. Maybe up to 4 different people were talking about it, okay? And then you also have the crab on there, so maybe a Cancer is involved in some way. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, speculation. People were talking about it underneath the deck, publicity. So this quarrel, you know, this disagreement was publicly known by up to 4 or 5 people. Okay, so this was a public disagreement. Okay, and I think that, you know, either you or the person was greatly disappointed by or frustrated by the failure of whatever took place. Okay, and a card for sadness. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, well, I'm not gonna take these 3 that fell under. I'm gonna take the 2 that fell at the top, and you got secrets. Okay, and you have charity. Okay, so someone is sad about, somebody has a secret and they're sad. Okay, so it came out secret and charity. I wonder if someone told someone your secrets, or did you tell someone else's secrets? Okay, secrets and charity. Charity is giving something away, giving away secrets. Somebody was running their mouth. Somebody was running their goddamn mouth. Okay, somebody was either telling your business or you was telling somebody else's business. That's what that is right there. Okay, that's what that is. And the 3 that I said I wouldn't take, I flipped them over to read, and I think that they actually speak to the message. So I'm going to tell you what they say. The first is publicity again. Okay, it came out again, which means again that this was public. Okay, something was made public. Then you have status. Okay, 2, status, somebody of status. Okay, and then you have versatility. Okay, you see her like, it's not manipulation, but it's maneuvering. Okay, you see how she is like this, an acrobat. She's like something like that. Okay, so basically someone was running their mouth about somebody that has some sort of status or recognition. Okay, and they were doing this publicly. They was running their mouth about a star child, okay? Because you see that the angel is pointing to a star. Somebody was running their mouth about somebody in the limelight, okay? And they were being real, I want to say two-faced, or being very versatile, but not in a positive way. Like just kind of like contorting the story or contorting the message, or making or speaking about something in a certain way to create a narrative. Okay, someone was creating a narrative about someone else in the spotlight, and yeah, that's what was happening. Okay, and then underneath the deck you have innovation. That means to do something different. Okay, and I think that someone feels helpless because they did that to someone innovative. Okay, someone that just chose, maybe they chose to do something different. Maybe they chose not to respond to that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Let's pull some intention cards and see what was the intention behind all of this? Like, what was the intention? What was the true intention of this behavior? Okay, and then we're gonna go on to who's on your mind. That's my dog. She's outside. I don't know why she's barking. Okay, but she's okay. All right, let's see. Can we get a card? Oh, wow, quickly for shame. Okay, the first card for shame that came out is welcome. I offer an open door, a warm invitation to step into a space where you are embraced and valued. Okay, so I feel like obligation under the deck. You are a nuisance. I feel obligated to associate with you. Oh, man. Good Lord. Okay, you are a nuisance. I feel an obligation to associate with you. So what I get from this is that someone felt obligated to engage with another person, and that other person that they felt obligated to engage with, I mean, if I'm just being frank, it seems like they don't really fuck with that person like that. And they were very manipulative and wanted that person to submit to their will. A quarrel ensued with that person. That person is eccentric, and that person is welcoming, and that person embraces and values people. But the other person does not register that energy. They feel as if that person is a nuisance, and it's an obligation to deal with them. And so from this, energy of shame is revealed, okay? So that's pretty whack, all right? That's pretty whack. I don't get too much of love yet. So this might not be a love situation. This could be friends, this could be family, this could be employment, okay? But I'm not getting, okay, well now, maybe I am. Now it's coming on to relationship stuff. So for disappointment, you have date. Okay, it says, I like you and I would love to get together to learn more about you. Underneath the deck, you have lust. I bring intense desire, a magnetic pull fueled by passion, seeking satisfaction without restraint. Okay, so now it looks like this is going into a completely different narrative. I'm not sure that it goes along with this row of cards, but you know, someone was making a decision. Maybe you're making a decision about dating someone, but the whole situation is based on lust and passion and intense desire, and it's kind of disappointing. I don't know if you made that decision and you went forward with it and it was disappointing because it was just, maybe it's a lust bucket and it's, you know, they don't want anything other than just sex, okay? I don't know. That's what I'm getting there. Okay, sadness. Now this is turning because there wasn't many cards to do with love, and now this just came out. Maybe this is a love reading. I'm not sure. You know better than I do, Libra. But if it's a love reading, then it sounds like you possibly met someone and you offered them the opportunity to, you know, get to know you better, and they, you know, they just wanted sex. They just wanted sex. They didn't want to engage in a serious way, and that disappointed you. And maybe you did have sex with them, and now you feel ashamed, or you drew feelings of shame from that because you shared yourself with them, and they are a lust bucket. They wanted nothing more than sex, so they got it and they moved on. As a result, you're disappointed and you have shame. You guys might have quarreled and argued about it, you know. They may have attempted to make you submit, or you may have attempted to make them submit. But either way, whoever was trying to make the other submit, it didn't work out, okay? It failed. That didn't happen, okay? I'm not going to take what I just got because I was talking and I don't know what that was for, so I'm just going to do that again. For this last one, something for sadness. Okay. It's possible that you might have shared intimate details with this person, You know, I imagine that if you did, that definitely would have caused disappointment and possibly even shame, especially if you found out that the person had no intention other than just sex with you. Okay? So let's see what else. What is sadness for? What is this about? Let's see. What? Right. Okay. Oh. Sadness. Again? Huh? Oh. Obligation. Wow. Came out again. Obligation. You are a nuisance. I feel obligated to associate with you. So that's twice that it came out. So underneath the deck, reconnection. I know it's been a while, but I miss having you in my life. Yikes. Okay. So this sounds like a jerk. Okay. It sounds like a lust bucket that wants a revolving door with you. Is that what we're talking about right now? That you sharing your business with? Okay. So you need to stop like immediately because this person doesn't care about you. So don't share your business with this person. This person could be a narc because the person is looking for you to submit to maybe something that's different or unique, or either this person is different and unique or you are. But I think that the person may want you to submit. This person might want you to do some nasty stuff in the bedroom. Is that what's going on? Oh, Lord. Don't do something that's going to shame you. You did pull the shame card. Don't do some nonsense, you know, in the bedroom with this person and shame yourself, okay? Because this person sees you as a nuisance, okay? They don't respect you. Or you don't respect this person. I don't know. You guys know better than I do. Flip it or switch it. But this is not healthy. This is extremely toxic. And if regarding reconnection, I would say no. Okay? I would say no to the reconnection. I know it's been a while, but I miss having you in my life. Well, if a person really respected you, it wouldn't be a while, okay? And they would maintain their space and place in your life. So if you're dealing with someone that is in and out your life, or every, you know, they're just in and out, revolving door, and then they come back, oh, it's been a while, I miss you, this and that. Those are games. Nobody got time for that, okay? So don't deal with it. Why are you dealing with it? Are you dealing with that? I hope you're not dealing with that, okay? We're not dealing with that in 2026 at all, okay? So let's see who's on your mind now. Regarding this situation with these cards, you know, I think that if you are dealing with someone that is bringing you these feelings, shame, disappointment, sadness, and helplessness, yeah, you have to get out of that. You have to leave that alone. You have to turn your back to that and never open that door again, because you did pull the reconnection card. It's not, you know, it's better things to do with your time and your attention than to spend it on a situation that is not growing, okay? All right, so now let's see who's on your mind. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do this. Okay, who's on Scorpio's mind? Okay. Total drama, action. Already knowing the tea. Okay. Somebody that has a lot of drama or action going on in their life right now. Who's on Libra's mind? Who's on Libra's mind? Someone, I feel like somebody that's all over the place. Ladies, that's the second time these cards done just flew out like that. I think it's somebody that's all over the place. What else? All right. Fulfilling a fantasy. Someone that wanted to fulfill a fantasy and keeping you a secret. Okay. So, sounds like a cheater to me. Underneath the deck, insecure. Yeah, that's a cheater. Okay. An insecure cheater looking to fulfill a fantasy and keeping you a secret. Why else would someone have to keep you a secret? Because they have someone else. Okay. And that's their fantasy, to cheat. Yikes. Okay. They all about the drama. Pulled the total drama card. Okay. Sound like a mess. Sound like a mess. Sound like a mess. Okay. Let's get some more information about this mess. And why is it on your mind? Okay. Let's see. 10 of Wands. Okay, so this person has betrayed you. Excuse me. No, that's not 10 of Swords. 10 of Wands. This person is stressed out. Okay, this person is stressed out. 10 of Wands. They're carrying a heavy burden, okay, because of this drama that they found themselves in. Because this person has a family. You're pulling 10 of Cups. This person has a family. Okay. Not making good choices. For fulfilling a fantasy, we have 5 of Wands. So for fulfilling that fantasy of, it caused the competition, a conflict, and a challenge. It caused fights. Because this person's fantasy was to be with someone else outside of their partner, okay? And when they chose to live out that fantasy, apparently with you, okay? Apparently with you, it created chaos, fights, and then a competition, okay, between you and someone else. Underneath the deck, we have 5 of Pentacles. As a result, that person might have, you know, you might have left that person out in the cold. That person might have left you out in the cold, or that third party might have put that person out. Okay. Yeah, because this is a card, 5 of Pentacles, about disgrace, isolation, poverty, feeling left out in the cold. It's a negative card for sure. Okay. And then you also have Page of Swords, and that came out for keeping you a secret. Okay? Keeping you a secret. Keeping you a secret. Page of Swords. Okay? So, first of all, you were kept a secret. However, someone became aware of you, and they were paying attention. Okay? They were watching you. They were watching the other person. They were watching the situation. Okay? And that's the truth. Okay? These shenanigans got discovered. That's what it sounds like. The shenanigans that you were participating in were discovered by somebody. Okay? Probably that third party. Okay, so now let's see. Then why exactly is this person on Libra's mind? Can I have 3 cards to understand that? Because, okay, and one more. Let's see. One more. Yikes, that's too many. Okay, that's too many. I'm sorry, I can't do all of that. Let's try this again. Why is this person on Libra's mind? Okay, so this person is on your mind because Two of Cups, because you love them. Two of Cups. Three of Cups, because you want a reunion with them. You want to get back with them. They were your friend. They were your lover. You might think that you all are soulmates. The person was very generous to you, okay? They gave you money, okay? And you want to hold on to them because you feel like they were a good person to you. Although that situation doesn't sound like the situation they put you in wasn't good. So I think that you must be at some sort of point of confusion because you're trying to make sense of the fact that outside of the person committing infidelity or putting you into an unwarranted, unasked for third-party situation, they did so much for you, looks like financially, because you did pull King of Pentacles. So this person was a provider. This person was, successful, possibly hardworking, helped you out financially, okay, and was just very gracious with you. However, this person put you into a third-party situation, okay? Yeah. So now let's see. What does Spirit want you to do? Let's see what Spirit tell you to do. Okay, what do you want? What should happen here? Let's see. What should happen in this situation? That was a lot. Okay, so you pulled Virgo and underneath the deck, Passion. So Libra, are you dealing with a Virgo? Are you passionate about a Virgo? But we're looking for, and you pulled, it's telling who? It's not answering the question that I asked. You also pulled Gemini, okay? Underneath the deck, Enemy. You have a Gemini that's an enemy. I don't know if you know that. It's a Gemini in your life that you need to pay attention to. Like Nas said, watch those niggas that be close to you. Underneath the deck, you have Autocracy in reverse, okay? So that is like someone that runs a tight ship, someone that's in control, but underneath the deck is a Sagittarius. So you also have a out of control Sagittarius around you. I believe all Sagittarians are out of control. I'm kidding, Sagittarius. That was a joke. That was a joke. But we do know that Sagittarians are quite litty in the city, okay? We know that. We know that to be true, okay? So I think in this instance, Spirit just wanted to let you know of some other narrative and storylines that might be going on in your life. You have an out-of-control Sagittarius in your life. You have a Gemini that you need to keep your eye on because they might not be a good friend or really your friend. And then you got a Virgo that you could possibly be in love with or is in love with you. Okay, so we're going to just leave that alone and get to a deck that's actually going to give some advice, because this was more of like a narrative, okay? This spoke more to a narrative, and we're just going to use tarot again because the oracles are tripping. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna use this one. Am I? Wait a minute. Yep. Okay. 40 minutes. We're gonna try to wrap this up too. 40 minutes in. 2, 3. Okay. Okay. What? Ah. Oh gosh. You might get some reversals. This is ridiculous. Okay. Now, what do we got? You did pull the Empress, the 7 of Coin, and the High Priestess. Oh, wow. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see this. Okay, I feel like I want to clarify these cards. Okay, underneath the deck, Ace of Cups in reverse. So the first card that you pulled was the Empress, okay? And so that as an advice card is telling you to nurture yourself, okay? Pour into self. The Empress is extremely fertile. Everything she touches grows, okay, around her. So within you, you have the capacity for abundance, okay? You have the capacity for a fresh life and a new start. So the first thing the Spirit is telling you is to pour into yourself so that you may be renewed again, okay? So that you can come back to life, okay? Back to life, back to reality. Come back to reality, okay? Because you went off on a tangent with this person, okay? It's time to come back to reality. So that's your first bit of advice. Pour into yourself, come back to reality, okay? Recognize that it all starts with you, okay? Your next is the High Priestess, okay? Person that you're dealing with could have either the letter B or J in their name, okay? The High Priestess is a wise, intuitive person that sees beyond the veils, okay? That sees beyond the veil. So this is saying that you already have the answers. You already know what to do. You know what you need to do as it pertains to this situation. That's what this card tells me, High Priestess, okay? Because this is a wise woman. You know what you should do, okay? Then the next card you received is the 7 of Pentacles, and that's a card of looking back at the efforts that have been made and giving consideration and thought to, you know, what took place, what you paid into, okay? So we're going to have to clarify those cards. But underneath the deck, you got Ace of Cups. That's not just a missed opportunity, but that's also a lack of love. So this situation, what should you do about this situation? Well, Nina Simone said, when love is no longer being served at the table, you got to get up, okay? So you got to get up. You got to pour that love back into yourself. Because right now, in the situation that you're in, you're wasting your love, okay? And that's not smart. Shouldn't waste your love. Pour your love back into yourself. And remember, you know, and if need be, let someone know if you have to, that you love yourself more than you love them. You have to love yourself the most. Just like the plane. When you get on the plane, if it's going down, you have to put your mask on first. You have to love yourself the most. If you don't love yourself, how do you think anybody else is going to love you? Okay? So there's that. Okay, so you got King of Wands underneath the deck, and then you have Eight of Wands. So this person may be trying to reach out to you. Spirit is saying if they reach out to them that you should talk to them, okay? Talking to someone doesn't mean opening up the door for renewal or to start again, okay? It's very possible that there's unfinished business there, you know, or they're just a conversation needs to be had, even if it's for closure or further understanding, or even to just apologize. Maybe an apology is needed, in question. All right, what is the High Priestess out here for? Okay, with the High Priestess, you got the Chariot. Okay, so Chariot is a card that exudes strength and control and balance, okay? So High Priestess, again, you already know what to do, but not only do you know what to do, but you're in control. You're in control of the situation. You're in control of yourself. You're in control of your emotions, okay? And that's great, okay? So I think that while you are down because of this situation, this card is telling me, this narrative is telling me that you are in control. And for that, I commend you, okay? It's not going to benefit you or help you to be out of control, right? So kudos to you, all right? And then we have 3 to come out with the 7 of Pentacles. You have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. You have Justice in reverse, and you have Page of Swords in reverse. And you have Death underneath the deck in reverse. Okay, give me 1 minute to look at this, because that's a lot. Wait a minute. Okay, so basically what this is saying is that you now have the opportunity to look at this situation and the lack of effort that was put into the situation, and you recognize that a huge injustice was done, and that's what's on your mind. You're thinking about it. And apparently people are talking about it, people that are aware of the situation. And this person did not end things with you because they were very insecure, or you didn't end things with them because you were very insecure, okay? And that is what created that revolving door of that person. Yeah, you were insecure. Your insecurity allowed for that person to constantly cycle in and out of your life, okay? Your insecurity allowed for that person to constantly cycle in and out of your life. So that is something that I always touch on when it comes to the healing journey. You know, in the beginning part of the healing journey, we like to look at the other person and say they did this, they did that, they're at fault for this, they are at fault for that. But if you really get to the nitty-gritty of shadow work and really breaking the thing down, you have to look at yourself and see what part did you play, what role did you play? Because most certainly it takes 2 to tango, and you are not without fault. And even if you didn't move the way the other person did, you're still at fault because you allowed them to move that way with you, okay? So you do have culpability in regards to how you allow someone to treat you. You don't get to just say, well, you know, well, she did this and he did that, and they, you know, did this, they did that. Well, what did you allow? Because what you allow is what will continue. What you allow is what will continue. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. What you allow is what will continue. Therefore, you have culpability in any wrong treatment that you receive. Okay? Okay? That's simple math right there. Okay, so, yeah, that answers that part of things, okay? Yeah, Spirit is saying that you just need to continue to pour into yourself and continue to unpack, you know, the situation and where you went wrong, and so that you don't repeat this, okay? Not let alone repeat the cycle with that person, but so that you don't repeat it, you know, once you move on to your new beginning. Also, Spirit is asking that you know, maintain your equilibrium, your maintain your autonomy, okay? Maintain your balance, maintain control, and continue to move forward. Continue to nurture self. Continue to pour in self, okay? So, okay, that's what that is. Now, let's see. What, well, that was your advice. So let me just leave you something with some positive words here. Let's look. What do we want to grab? Well, let's do this. Shall we do this or this one? Wait a minute. Okay, so since, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this really lovely deck right here, which is that it? Wait a minute. Here it is, based on love. Because since Spirit is saying for you to pour into yourself, I'm going to use this deck that has to do with love. So that's what we want you to do. Love yourself. Love yourself. Okay? So let's get some cards that can help you with that. Okay. That kind of seemed like it wanted to come out. Within nothing, there is everything. Within nothing, there is everything. Okay, so like in this situation, it seems like there was really, it wasn't built on anything, almost as if it was built on nothing. But in its, in that foundation, okay, in that foundation of nothingness, let me go back to this. In that foundation of nothingness, you were able to go back and analyze everything, okay? So that's what I'm going to say for that. What else? One more card. One more. Okay. You also have the Temple, which is kind of like the Hierophant, which is giving me to go within, which is also giving the energy of the High Priestess, and to some degree, the Empress. Nurture self, go within. The Temple. The Temple is within, okay? The Temple is within. So quite possibly, you might want to do some yoga, okay? Maybe some breathing exercises, okay? Meditation, okay? Go within the Temple, okay? Do some praying, pray, okay? 59 is on that card. You could be born in 59 or 1959, or you could be 59 years old, okay? And, oh, you already got that. It says the Ancient Ones, 52, okay? The Ancient Ones. So, your spirit family is with you. You are not alone, okay? You're not alone. 52 is on that card. You could be 52 years old, okay? Whoever I'm speaking to, all right? And I won't say what's under the deck because I think I shuffled, so that doesn't quite matter. But, yeah, that's your reading, Libra. I hope that it resonated with you. I hope you were able to find something, you know, eat the meat and spit out the bones, something that resonated with your spirit. I want to thank you again for being here. Welcome back. It's always good to see you. And, you know, it's an honor to read to you. So thank you for being here. Up next is Scorpio, okay? And I'm going to do that really quickly so that we can finish out this series. But until next time, be well, be good, and be safe. Love you. Bye. Mwah.